Welcome to Just Smash Podcast, episode 27. I'm Josh.
I'm Matthew.
And today, actually, real quick, if you are here from YouTube, that's cool. Thank you for watching. If you were listening to this for the first time and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel.
Yep.
Back to business. Today, we are doing the Just Smash Film Challenge 2024 bracket. So for the Just Smash historians out there, essentially every year we do a Just Smash Film Challenge where we take 100 films that are new to us and we have to watch them in order. And then at the end of it, we make it like a bracket and see what the best film was.
Every year I'm glad that we did it in order. It's obviously presented a unique challenge, but I remember when we were starting out, like, do we just pick one? But I think, like, imagine the years where we had some really long, tough films on there. We would have put them all at the end.
We would not have finished if
No.
we didn't do them in
No.
specific order.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would be less motivated to watch them. When you have the burden of choice,
Yeah.
it's insurmountable to
Yeah.
me. I would rather, this is the movie I have to watch today and not
Exactly.
get to choose from 100 movies because I would
I
watch every 80-minute movie first. And
Exactly. And then we'd be left with the 3-hour behemoths at the end.
It'd be horrible. Okay, so 100 movie bracket. It's a little weird the way they set that up because it's not like an even, divisible of 8 or whatever. So
What's the closest number to 100 that works? Is it 128?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I mean, it would be
Doesn't
8,
matter, obviously,
16, 32, 64, 128.
128.
Yeah, that's probably it. 100 still works. It's just their like buys.
Which some films it makes sense, so like the top seeded.
Yeah. I will read out the films that get a buy, and then we'll start attacking. So number 1 seed, All That Jazz. Number 2 seed, Contact. Number 3 seed, Sex, Lies, and Videotapes. 4 seed, Millennium Actress. 5 seed. Where's 5? If you can see, okay, The Thin Blue Line. 6 seed, Lahain. 7th seed, Cure. 8, Wings of Desire. 9, The Neverending Story. 10 is Cruising. 11, Police Story. 12 is where are you at? 12, F for Fake. 13 is Blackberry. 14 is My Fair Lady. 15 is Escape from Alcatraz. 16, let's see, where are you at? 16, The American Friend. 17 is Thelma and Louise. 18 is Three Colors Blue. 19, Serpico. 20 is, these are spread out over 2 different pages. So I have to flip back and forth. 20 is Three Colors White.
Okay.
21 is Street Gang, the Sesame Street documentary.
Oh, yeah.
22, Three Colors Red. 23, where are you at? 23, there you are. Willow. 24, where are you at? 24, Anastasia. 25, Weathering with You. And that might be everyone that got... Oh, no. 26, All About Eve. 27, True Romance. And then the last film to get it by is 28, Gorky Park.
Okay.
So those were the top 28 rated movies from the film challenge.
Sweet.
And everything else just kind of falls where it falls. All right, first battle here. We've got the 64th and 65th seed in the first round.
Okay.
The Meaning of Hitler at 64, which is a documentary, versus The Great Wall at 65.
Oh, brother.
So, Meaning of Hitler, I liked the concept.
Yeah.
Didn't love the delivery. I think it's very interesting, especially currently.
Yeah.
Great Wall, I was pleasantly surprised about.
Same.
Shocked at how much I enjoyed it.
Same.
Dumb but fun. Good
Yeah.
action. Very colorful.
Creative.
I think I'm going to go the Great Wall.
I think so, too.
Yeah,
I think the pleasant surprise helped it a lot.
I agree. Next up, we got the 32nd seed, Primal Fear, versus the 97th seed Holiday Inn.
Oof.
Holiday Inn is one of the, first of all, most racist movies.
Yeah, it's
of all
actually
time.
appalling.
And also not good.
Yeah.
Primal Fear, though, is very good.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining, and I like the courtroom stuff. Edward Norton's good. Yeah, Primal Fear.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, for the 33rd seed, we have I Want to Hold Your Hand versus the 96th seed What Happens Later, which was the Meg Ryan directed movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go I Want to Hold Your Hand.
I think so, too.
I don't think I Want to Hold Your Hand is particularly great. I do
Yeah.
love the Beatles element. I like the plot. I didn't love the movie necessarily, but
Yeah, that other
What Happens Later
airport
wasn't
movie is
great.
yeah.
All right, next up, we've got the 49th seed, Ring, the original, Ringu, versus the 80th seed, Hunger.
I might go Ring here.
Ring leaps and bounds
Yeah.
to me. Hunger, I thought, it's
not
it's
what I
very
wanted it
well
to be.
made. Not what I wanted it to
Yeah.
be, and not entertaining whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was, like, very bored, and also it's a fucking heavy-ass
Yeah, it's heavy. It's
subject.
It's like very grotesque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ring is just iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's very, very well made horror movie.
Yeah,
One of the best.
like seeing because I saw obviously we hadn't we both saw like the American one first.
And Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, yeah. So it's cool to see like where it came from.
Mhm.
But yeah,
All right, next up, we have the 48th seed, I Married a Witch, versus the 81st seed, House of Gucci. I'm going I Married a Witch. on
yeah,
this one.
same. Gucci was just
Bad.
yeah.
Bad, boring, annoying,
Long.
everything I hate about biopics, very long. I Married a Witch was very charming and had a
Yeah.
lot of great filmmaking to it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I Married a Witch. Next up, we have the 57th seed, 16 Candles, versus the 72nd seed, Echo in the Canyon.
Mm.
I did not like 16 Candles
No.
at all. I know people have always said, oh, it doesn't age well.
Yeah.
But fuck, does
does
it not
not.
age well.
And
And I
that's
just,
like-
I don't know, I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't think it was entertaining. Like, it
No.
was mildly entertaining, but I thought it was kind of dumb. I don't know. Not
It doesn't
for
have
me.
the charm that I'm sure it did way back.
Yeah. And Echo in the Canyon was very meandering and, like, didn't feel very focused. But it's my favorite era of music
Yeah.
and my favorite artists. So that's why that gets the bye for me.
I agree.
So Echo in the Canyon. Next up, we have the 40th seed, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, versus the 89th seed, TAC 3N, aka Taken 3.
Yeah, Munchausen.
Baron Munchausen, yeah, it's
Oh man, Taken 3 has some of the worst film editing I've ever seen in my life.
it's pretty horrible. And normally with Terry Gilliam stuff, I struggle to focus, but this one I was like pretty engaged.
yeah,
throughout.
I agree.
I
Very
liked it a lot.
whimsical.
The 56th seed, Emma, versus the 73rd seed, Better Off Dead. I go Better Off Dead. Here.
I'm good here too. Yeah,
Better Off Dead is dumb, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And very entertaining. Emma, I was pretty bored by.
it is. Yeah, it's in that time period. I
Yeah.
really struggle with.
Not interested. Next up, we have the 41st seed, Malcolm X, versus the 88th seed, My Stepmother is an Alien. I think I'm going no, it's Malcolm X, obviously.
Yeah,
I like
What a
Malcolm
picture.
X more than I thought I would. Once again, like too
Same.
long, but
Yeah,
the performances are so good, and Spike
Yeah,
Lee, the
great
way that
filmmaking.
he crafts
Yeah.
narratives are just so interesting. Stepmother is an Alien.
Yeah,
is
not
not.
my cup of tea on that alien.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Next up, we have the 61st seed, Beautiful Creatures, versus the 68th seed, Selena.
Ooh,
This is a pretty even matchup.
It is because I like Beautiful Creatures way more.
I think I
And
do too.
What's his name? I always.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yes, thank you. I always fucking mess.
I mean, it's a tricky name.
He's great. I love his character.
Yeah.
Selena is. I was pleasantly surprised.
One of the
by-
better biopics.
Yeah, like
and
it really
Jennifer
wasn't
Lopez
bad at all.
gives a good performance.
Yeah.
Edward James Olmos as well. I think I go Beautiful Creatures.
Same.
I think
same.
the plot was more interesting. It defeats the pitfalls that biopics fall under.
Yeah.
And I was just very surprised by Beautiful Creatures.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Next up, I don't know how this is the 29th seed. The 29th seed, 65, versus the
Wow.
100th seed. Actually, real quick, what do you think 100 was?
What was the worst? I was thinking Holiday Inn was going to be low, but I don't remember what other like.
We watched them close together, I can tell you.
Really?
That. Yeah.
Fuck, so it was early on, I think.
No,
it wasn't early on?
We didn't watch we watched Holiday Inn in December.
Oh, it was around the time of Holiday Inn. I thought you were saying it was around the same time of 65.
Oh, no. Yeah, we watched at the same time as Holiday Inn.
Whoa, fuck, I have no idea.
Silent Night.
Oh, my God.
65 moves on.
Yeah.
Silent Night is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Next up, 36th seed, Police Story 2 versus the 93rd seed. Once again, I don't know how that's 93. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I think I go Police Story 2.
Yeah, same. But
there were things I liked about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah, I
overall, I don't think I did,
Yeah.
though. Now that I'm actually
I like the beginning and ending a lot.
Yes,
But
I agree with that.
The middle, do not enjoy it.
Very
but the police stories were pleasant.
Okay, 52nd seed, Witness versus the 77th seed, While You Were Sleeping. While You Were Sleeping is a very dumb romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And the entire plot collapses the second you put any thought into it. Witness is very good, but it's very subtle and understated.
Yeah.
I didn't love the ending. Harrison Ford is good in it though, and the music's great.
I do like Harrison.
Cinematography's good. I think I would go Witness.
Yeah,
here.
Witness is the same for me.
I was entertained by While You Were Sleeping though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm a rom-com guy. Okay, next up, the 45th seed, Wild Things versus the 84th seed, Barbarella.
Oof.
I go Wild Things.
Yeah.
I love Wild Things. I think it's like so fun. Once again, kind of dumb, but the plot twist, like it's really fun.
It was fun watch.
60th seed, Return to Oz versus the 69th seed,
Nice.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh.
I'm going Return to Oz.
Yeah, same. Same. It was weird. It's very weird.
It's not great. It's kind of hard to watch. Very odd and very horror, like creepy. Eat, Pray, Love is like it's a pile of dog shit. Uses a lot of Neil Young music, which I like a lot, and it looks really good. But it is very much like a, like middle-aged white woman movie from the Obama era.
Yep.
Next up, 37th seed, Out of Sight versus the 92nd seed, American Christmas Carol. Out of Sight.
Out of Sight, yeah.
I hated American Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it as much. Like, the thing that was hardest for me to watch is how they did up Henry Winkler in his old man, like, makeup.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like that now.
It's funny. I think in the poster, he looks the exact way he looks now, but in the movie, it doesn't really...
It doesn't translate
necessarily. But I hated it. 53rd seed, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion versus the 76th seed, Moon Age Daydream.
I'm going Romeo and Michelle here.
Yeah, I didn't like Moon Age Daydream. I like the concept of it.
Yeah, it's just...
But I did not like it.
And I'm also not like a big Bowie guy.
Yeah, so I don't like David Bowie enough for that.
It's hard for me to, Romeo and Michelle was really, really funny.
Romeo and Michelle is one of the funniest movies.
It's so good.
All right, next up, 44th seed, David Lynch's Dune versus the 85th seed, David Lynch's Nancy Drew. That was a joke, by the way. He did not make Nancy Drew.
I would love to see that.
I would too. Dune,
yeah.
I liked Lynch's Dune a lot.
Dude,
I was surprised at how much I liked it.
Even at the very beginning, like the Space Guild Navigator, how like alien and funky and shit it is. I love it.
Looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
All right, moving on to the second page here. Okay, the 63rd seed, Polyester versus the 66th seed, Looney Tunes Rabbits Run. So this is the thing. Polyester is, it's a John Waters movie. It's very weird, very uncomfortable. It does the smell-o-vision gimmick.
Yeah.
When you watch it, like, on your, on the Criterion app, you don't get the smell-o-vision part of it. It's also just very, like, gross and uncomfortable. It's way better than Rabbits Run.
Yeah.
I'm picking Rabbits Run.
Yeah, I'm good with Rabbits Run.
I would rather watch Rabbits Run again.
Yeah.
And I love Looney Tunes. And
that was a much easier watch.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it a lot more. 31st seed, Stranger Than Paradise versus the 98th seed, Barbed Wire. Stranger Than Paradise.
Yep.
Which I didn't even love necessarily.
But Barbed
But it's
Wire
better
is,
than Barbed
yeah.
Wire. Although I enjoyed Barbed Wire.
It's got
I
some
did like
surprising
watching it.
like science fiction elements to
Yeah,
it.
it's horrible, but I enjoyed watching it. 34th seed, Interview with the Vampire versus the 95th seed, Flatliners from 2017.
Let's go. Interview, please.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
One of the worst remakes of all time is Flatliners.
Rough.
50th seed, Flatliners, the original, versus the 79th seed, Christmas in Connecticut. I like Christmas in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Flatliners OG is
It's fun.
great movie.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed that
Yeah.
one.
Surprised at how much I liked it.
The 47th seed, Salem's Lot, the original, versus the 82nd seed, Reminiscence, with Hugh Jackman.
Oof.
Salem's Lot.
Lot.
Once again, one that I thought I was going to enjoy a lot, and then I found out it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I thought I would enjoy it way less, but then I actually enjoyed it a lot when I watched it.
Yeah.
So
Got some good stuff in there. Good
great horror. The 58th seed, Young Sherlock Holmes, versus the 71st seed, Chronicles of Narnia 3, which I think was the Voyage of something.
The Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Narnia 3, though, but the fact that the
No.
older siblings weren't involved.
That hurt it. Yeah.
It really
That
hurt it. The 39th seed, Hardcore, versus the 90th seed, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. It's hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah.
Quackbusters sucked.
It's not good.
It was horrible. Hardcore is really good, though. The 55th seed, Belle, versus the 74th seed, Sweet Home Alabama. I go Sweet Home
I'm
Alabama.
going Sweet Home Alabama, too.
I liked it.
Yeah.
She's
very charming.
rom-com, but yeah,
Very charming.
Reese Witherspoon are the best. In Belle, I was underwhelmed by.
I couldn't get there.
Didn't connect with it.
Yeah.
42nd seed, the best Fletch movie, Confess Fletch, versus the 87th seed, The Great Outdoors. I'm going Confess
Yeah,
Fletch.
give me Confess Fletch. It is the best one.
It was good.
It is the best
It was a
one.
really good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, the 62nd seed, The Last Train from Gun Hill, versus the 67th seed, Purple Rain. I'm going Last Train from Gun Hill.
Yeah, give me The Last Train, too.
Once again, I didn't even love it, but there was a lot of great cinematography in it.
Yeah.
And Purple Rain, I thought was a mess.
Yeah.
Just didn't like it. Okay, we have the 30th seed, The Thing from Another World, versus the 99th seed, .com for Murder.
Give me The Thing.
Thing from Another World.
Yeah.
.com for Murder is really interesting in that it's essentially a remake of Rear Window, just like, I say modern with air quotes, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
Thing from Another World is obviously the original version of The Thing, and it's great. The 35th seed, Freakonomics, the documentary, versus the 94th seed, Three Amigos.
Freakonomics.
I loved Freakonomics.
Yeah,
I think
it
they
was
could
really
make
fun.
a new Freakonomics documentary every year.
Yeah.
And I would eat it.
Do they
up.
have a podcast?
They do, but I don't care about
Yeah.
it. That doesn't
Yeah.
interest me.
Yeah.
51st seed, Fried Green Tomatoes, versus 78th seed, The Ref.
Oof.
I feel close to equal about these two movies.
Yeah. The Ref had some stuff that I liked about it. Obviously,
It's fun.
it's like hurt by
It's hurt by Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey. I think it's also hurt by like the constant bickering.
Yeah.
And there's no one to root for.
I know.
Like they all kind of
I
suck.
know.
Fried Green Tomatoes, I think, is a better movie, but it's not as fun. It feels like a biopic, but it's not.
Yeah. It's weird.
But like Kathy Bates is good and
I
Mary
guess-
Louise Parker's good. I don't know. Like I think something that helps and hurts The Ref, it's both a feature and a flaw, is that it's a Christmas thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like watching it in December, that makes it awesome. Watching it literally at any other part is like,
Sucks.
yeah, you don't want to watch
Sucks.
that. I don't know.
I guess fried green tomatoes.
I could go fried green on that one. Okay, next up, the 46th seed, Just Another Girl on the IRT versus the 83rd seed, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, something.
Let's go IRT,
Yeah,
please.
Just Another Girl on the IRT is a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, the 59th seed, Unknown, starring Liam Neeson, versus the 70th seed, Wildlife, Paul Dano's film. So Unknown is bad.
Yeah.
It's not very good, at least. Wildlife is technically a better movie, but if Wildlife ain't one of the most miserable movies I've ever seen in my life, I wanted to fucking, like...
Just wither away.
In Minecraft,
Yeah.
After watching that movie, right? Like, I was like, holy shit, this is the fucking saddest, most depressing movie I've ever seen.
It's insane.
It looks great, the acting's great, the dialogue's great, but fuck, man. God, I was like, this is miserable.
Yeah. So...
Unknown.
Yeah.
It's a dumb, cheesy, like, thriller, psychological action, Liam Neeson.
I'm fine with it, though.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
I can tell you now, it ain't going to be what it's going to face in the next round. Shallow Grave at 38th seed versus Skinamarink at the 91st seed.
Shallow Grave.
Yeah, Skinamarink is an interesting concept.
It's I wanted it to be immersed, but
it's style over substance.
Yeah, it is.
I think Shallow Grave though was very, very.
I liked it a lot.
I liked it more after the fact.
Yeah,
I didn't like it as much watching it or when it finished, but like months later, it's resonated. 54th seed Hugo. Versus the 75th seed House, and this is the horror movie it's the American one, not the Japanese one.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Hugo I liked way more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Took me about halfway into it to care. Which
it's not as long as it could be either.
Not as long as I thought it was.
I respect that.
House is probably a worse movie, vastly more entertaining, really fun, practical effects, fun horror. There's a jump scare in it that actually like got me, which I was not expecting. I go House.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I liked the trip to the moon stuff in Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was awesome. Okay, last matchup in round 1.
Okay.
43rd seed, The Wind Rises.
Ooh.
Versus the 86th seed, The Prisoner's Daughter.
That's crazy, dude.
I forgot it. When I was looking at the list, I thought, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's that Brian Cox movie.
Yeah.
The Wind Rises.
I'll tell you that for the numbers, that was our least favorite. That was our predicted least favorite is The Prisoner's Daughter when we were making that.
And it's not.
Yeah,
I would watch The Prisoner's Daughter 10 times before I would watch
It's
Holiday
surprisingly
Inn,
palatable.
Silent Night, American Christmas Carol.
God, yeah.
There's a lot that I would, All right, that's the end of the first round. Okay, second round. This is where the buy films make their entry, and we'll steamroll a lot of these fucking movies. Starting with the first seed, All That Jazz, versus the, I'm going to stop saying the seeds after this, but the 65th seed, The Great Wall.
Okay.
All That Jazz. Yeah. One of the greatest movies ever made.
It's so fucking good.
Next up, we have Primal Fear versus I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Ooh.
I'm going Primal Fear.
I think so, too.
I like the thriller and the courtroom elements. Like I said, I like the concept of I Want to Hold Your Hand, but I didn't latch onto it like I thought I would.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the 16th seed, The American Friend versus Ring.
Ooh.
This is like this is very even to me. I don't know.
I like the performances in The American Friend a lot.
The atmosphere was great. The performances were great. The writing was great. Looked great. Ring is so iconic.
It is, but I like
I do like the American one.
I like the American better. So I think
too.
I might go. That's funny. The American Friend.
Oh damn! How can you be patriotic at a time like this?
I know.
What a guy. But,
Terrible.
We can move the American Friend on. Okay, we have I Married a Witch versus the 17th seed Thelma and Louise. Going Thelma and Louise here.
Yeah. I really, and this is another thing. I've said this a billion times. I wish that the ending wasn't so fucking iconic and like culturally because imagine watching that not knowing what happens.
Because it's a great ending, but if you didn't know,
just like
it would be like, how are they gonna get out of this?
Yeah.
So,
I know, and it's like I know there are people out there that
are people that
like my mom might not know that,
right?
So I'm actually going to ask her later.
I would bet
I'm going to ask people like
that feels like would have been down her alley. Then. Echo in the Canyon versus Wings of Desire. Wings of Desire.
Wings, please. Yeah,
what a great movie. Great concept too.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen versus Weathering with You.
Ooh. Give me Munchausen, I think.
I'm weathering with you.
Really? So here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like 55-45. I'm good with sending Weathering on because really, at the end of the day, I do still struggle with Terry Gilliam's style. Weathering with you is way more like down my alley specifically, but I think I was so pleasantly surprised by Munchausen that
I agree. I think Munchausen's real thing that holds it up is the practical effects.
It's so good, and it's so refreshing.
Yeah, very, very unique.
Refreshing. But yeah, I'm
Weathering with you,
good
though.
with Weathering.
The animation, I think, is great. I like the story. I like the powers of the controlling the weather and stuff.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot like Your Name. I know it's the same director and
exactly, and obviously another really good one too. So yeah, I'm good with Weathering.
We have Better Off Dead versus The Never Ending Story. I'm going Never Ending Story.
Same. I've really liked it.
Great
it was
movie.
very early on too.
This is our second movie.
Oh, it was. Wow.
Yeah, second movie we watched. Here's a good
Great
one.
flick.
We have Malcolm X versus Anastasia.
Ooh, that is tough.
That's an interesting battle.
I really loved Anastasia. I loved the setting and the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Rasputin was involved more.
That's what holds it back for me.
So I think Malcolm X is going forward.
Yeah.
But I really do want to give Anastasia his flowers. I think it was
I agree.
fun. I also didn't know that it was like what it was about.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So that was really cool.
I think the animation of Anastasia is really incredible.
Yeah, definitely like painting every frame of painting.
But I'll go Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Beautiful Creatures versus Millennium Actress. I go
Millennium Actress is so good.
It's fun, the best animated movie on this list.
It's so sad though.
Very
I remember
sad,
being so fucking bummed, and I don't know that was like I think about it all the time about what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so good.
I had a more positive interpretation of the ending, so I wasn't bummed.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a movie that breeds sadness. 65 versus Police Story 2. This is the thing. I like Police Story 1 a lot.
It's really good.
I didn't really care for Police Story 2.
No.
It is better than 65. I would probably rather watch 65, but I think I'm going to pick Police Story 2.
Yeah, I think yeah. I just don't remember so much as 65 because of what the nature of it is.
I think they're both, like 65 and Police Story 2 are very forgettable movies for me. Okay, this is going to ruffle some feathers. Witness versus Blackberry. I picked Blackberry.
I do too. I was enthralled.
I loved Blackberry.
In Blackberry.
I thought I was gonna hate it.
Yeah.
I loved
It's
it.
so good.
I was so
The leads are
interested.
great. I love that how they play off of each other. It's like weird rooting for the Blackberry phone and like when
like
going
every
on.
and I've got a real. I mean, it's not a hot take because it's a personal preference. Give me Blackberry over Social Network.
Yeah.
I much prefer Blackberry to Social Network.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Wild Things versus Three Colors White.
I'm good either way, honestly. I know Three Colors White I was like was it my least favorite of the three?
So it goes blue, white, red.
Blue, white, red, yeah.
White is Julie Delpy's husband. She like cheats on him, etc., etc. White was my favorite. I don't know. Wild Things was more stimulating.
It was engaging.
Like over and over again.
It was, yeah.
I think Three Colors White is better. It probably better in every element.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'll go Three Colors.
That's
White,
fine.
though.
Yeah.
Because it is, I do think it's better.
Yeah.
But Wild Things, I do think is more engaging.
I agree.
Even if it's like dumb engaging.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's very fun to watch. Yeah. Next up, we have Return to Oz versus The Thin Blue Line. I go Thin Blue Line.
Thin Blue, yeah.
Okay, we have Out of Sight versus Gorky Park. I go Gorky Park.
I do too, but Out of Sight, I was like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, good. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Gorky Park, though, I feel like he's a very slow burn.
It is. Yeah, it's intense.
It festers in your mind.
Yeah.
We have Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion versus F for Fake. Orson Welles documentary. I'm going Romeo and Michelle.
I am too.
I like F for Fake a lot, and it's a great, great documentary.
It's just, yeah.
But Romeo and Michelle's fucking funny.
It is funny. It deserves its flowers.
Okay, we have David Lynch's Dune versus Street Gang. Sesame Street dog.
Oh no.
I go Street Gang.
I am too. Yeah. But
I loved it.
It's really good. I
was a
enjoyed that
huge
bit.
Sesame Street kid, so I bawled the whole time I was watching
yeah,
it.
and getting dedicated to the fan.
Everything about
yeah.
it, like really, I fucking loved.
Yeah,
It's one of my
so
favorite
good.
documentaries.
I do really enjoy the Dune Lynch, but
Dune was good too. All right, second page here. We have Looney Tunes Rabbits Run versus Contact. Only our
it's
stuff
so
can
funny.
where this can happen.
Yeah.
Only us.
Contact is in my top 3
Contact's
favorites
great.
somewhere. It's
the second
fucking
seed.
Loved it. Yeah,
You know, I mean,
I loved it.
So yeah.
Contact.
Shout out Rabbits Run.
Shout out Rabbits Run. Yeah.
Interview with the Vampire versus Stranger Than Paradise. I was like meh on both of these. They're good, but I was meh on them.
I am close, but I think Vampire gets a little bit of a nudge from me.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh no.
Flatliners OG versus Escape from Alcatraz.
No. No.
So I'm worried that recency bias is poking its head a little bit here. Because I watched Flatliners in December.
Yeah.
Escape from Alcatraz was like June, I want to say.
I think one of the ones that pops into my head the most still is Alcatraz. So I think that is where I'm at. I loved Eastwood. I think he was the perfect
very
fit
good
for that.
Probably his best performance.
I love Alcatraz. It's like it feels like lore for the country. You know, this island that has this this reputation and this mythic story about people that may or may not have escaped and gotten out and are free or whatever. But I also just loved like the cinematography and the how tense it was and like that sort of element and setting I really really love. Flyliners is still very good, but I think I'm in Alcatraz still.
Yeah, Alcatraz does a very good job in setting up the escape and making it feel like there's a lot of stakes
Earned.
to it. I think Flatliners has a lot of like gothic horror, and it's Joel Schumacher at his best. And there is some cheesy stuff, but I think the characters are very interesting. I like the way that each of them kind of has their vice. The Flatliners mechanic is interesting to me as well.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's a toss-up. I can go Alcatraz because it is a better movie. I like them probably equally.
Yeah.
But like I said, I also fear that it could be recency bias that puts Flatliners like so high with it. If I watched them next to each other, it might not be like that. Okay, we have Three Colors Blue versus Salem's Lot. I go Salem's Lot here.
I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that for sure. I think I'm about equal on them.
Yeah.
I do. I really like Blue a lot. I think that some of the cinematography and the performance from I don't remember the actress name.
I think it's Juliette Binoche.
Yes,
yeah. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. The Three Colors movies are some of the best looking movies of all time. Blue specifically, I just wasn't very interested in.
Yeah, which is
Salem's Lot though is like the horror really is what takes over for me there. The kid floating in the window and shit.
that was
phenomenal.
Let us in. Yeah.
Young Sherlock Holmes versus Cure. It's Cure.
Yeah.
I do like Young Sherlock Holmes though. It's people call it like the original Harry Potter movie because it's the same. I think it's Chris Columbus directed that, and then he directed Harry Potter 1, and they're very similar. Like the kids in the school, and they kind of dress it like very close.
Yeah.
But Cure is like holy shit.
It's
what a fucking movie. Very creepy.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Hardcore versus All About Eve. I think I go All About Eve.
I think I am too. I feel like I remember Hardcore better.
I definitely do because I think Hardcore has a lot more striking imagery.
It does,
and it's a more visceral story.
Yeah. Eve is good. It's just
All About Eve is a more classic story, but I do like it. I probably like them equally, but I think All About Eve is better.
Yeah, let's go that then.
Cruising versus Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah,
it's Cruising.
Cruising is so good.
Confess Fletch versus Willow. I go Willow.
I'm Willow as well. Surprised just how much I liked it.
Same.
I love that story.
I didn't think I would, but I liked it a lot.
Hated what they did to the show. I wish that they hadn't fucking canceled it because anyway.
We have Three Colors Red versus The Wind Rises. This is interesting.
It is.
The Wind Rises was very hard for me to get into.
Yeah.
It felt like an animated biopic.
It did.
And I don't like biopics for a bunch of reasons, but I don't like the pacing and structure of them.
It's so
because
done.
of that, it was very difficult for me to get into The Wind Rises. Partially, though, the other reason is because every Studio Ghibli movie I've seen, except for one, I've seen in theaters.
Yeah.
So I have like a certain viewing expectation when it comes to them. So watching
That's
it
true.
at home was like jarring.
Yeah.
And we watched it like late, and I don't know, I didn't connect with it, but when I think about it, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like the story a lot, and I like the execution of it a lot. It's just, it sticks out from the rest
in the memory. Yeah.
Because it's not like the other Studio Ghibli movies, because it's not like this whimsical fantasy type thing.
Yeah.
It's very much grounded. And when you realize that it was intended to be Hayao Miyazaki's last film, and you look at what it's about, it's very much like a self-examinatory thing. Three Colors Red, it's probably better. I remember less of it.
I do too. Let's go The Wind Rises.
Let's go
The Wind
Rises.
Rises.
We can ride hard for Three Colors White.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be the one that we just, keep our cinema card.
That's funny.
We have House versus Police Story. I go Police Story.
Police Story 1 was really good.
Very fun. Incredible action.
Yeah,
Incredible set pieces. They
Pretty
destroy like a whole
insane
town.
stunts. I know.
In the opening.
I think of the cars falling down that fucking mountainside.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's stuck in my brain.
Insane movie. We have the first film on the challenge, True Romance versus Shallow Grave.
Oh, dude, I actually like True Romance a lot.
I did too. I liked it.
Oh, Shallow Grave though is so good.
I think True Romance is better, but I like Shallow Grave more.
I'm gonna go Shallow Grave too,
So,
because
yeah.
I loved the dynamic of those three.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot.
Okay, we have Unknown versus Lahain.
Oh my god.
Unknown, you're moving on.
Let's do it.
No, yeah, Lahain wins.
I wish I had like 5'd it, but
Yeah. Well,
it's still
on
great.
rewatch. Just Another Girl on the IRT versus Serpico. I'm going Serpico.
Yeah.
I should talk
Give me
about biopics a
Serpico.
lot, but I think Serpico's good.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Fried Green Tomatoes versus My Fair Lady. I go My Fair Lady,
Yeah, that's fine with me too.
but I think they're close.
Again, for the fried green, it's just yeah.
It feels tedious in some
It
parts.
does, yeah.
The Thing from Another World
Uh-oh.
versus Freakonomics.
I'm going The Thing from Another World.
I'm going to
here.
go The Thing. What I'll say about Freakonomics is this. I think Freakonomics is very interesting and entertaining.
Yeah.
But the specific topics they picked were not engaging to me.
Yeah.
They present
that's a good
them
point.
in a really entertaining way that's
Yeah.
very fun to watch, but I don't give a fuck.
There's a
don't
limit. There's a very low ceiling on.
The Thing from Another World, however, is like just this incredible piece of
Yeah.
filmmaking. Okay, last matchup in round 2. The Last Train from Gun Hill versus Sex, Lies, and Videotapes. Sex,
Give me
Lies, and
Sex Lies.
Videotapes.
Yeah.
What a great movie.
It's so good.
Number 3 seed.
Was that? It wasn't his first, was it?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, Soderbergh's first.
Oh God. All right.
All right, round 3. We have All That Jazz versus Primal Fear. Showtime.
Yeah.
I did the jazz fingers too for people that are
I
listening.
fucking loved that line, man. For a couple days afterwards, I was like to myself,
Showtime. All That Jazz. It was my only 5-star. Did you 5 it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I think
my
it
only
was
5
the
too.
only 5.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it's probably gonna make it to the end.
Yeah.
The American Friend versus Thelma and Louise. I'm going Thelma and Louise.
Give me Thelma and Louise too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two are so fucking good together.
I'm a big
They're
Gina
so
Davis
good.
fan.
Yeah.
I love her in
She was
literally
awesome.
everything she's ever been in. So I will always be partial
Yeah.
to her. Weathering with You versus Wings of Desire. I go Wings of Desire.
Wings of
here.
Desire too.
One of my favorite movie concepts of all time.
Yeah.
Malcolm X versus The Never-Ending Story. I go Never-Ending Story.
Same. I really like Malcolm X, obviously.
It's
but
so fun. It's so whimsical. I
Yeah.
love the practical effects, the universe they create, Never-Ending Story.
Yeah. And it really touches that like fantasy type genre that I'd fucking eat up. So.
Police Story 2 versus Millennium Actress.
Yeah.
Millennium Actress. For sure. Let's see. So far, all of the buy films have won this. The only
that's good that you know.
Yeah, I mean that's just how
This is-
seeding works. You know, the only one that lost was Anastasia to Malcolm X.
Oh wow!
So
And that was
so far, at least. That's only the first. I could be wrong for the rest of these. Blackberry versus Three Colors White. I think I go Blackberry.
Blackberry too.
It was just so interesting.
It was
so fun.
engaging, and like the pacing was great. The acting was great. Obviously,
Yeah.
Glenn Howerton is a maniac in it, and he's
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Next up, we have The Thin Blue Line versus Gorky Park. I go Thin Blue Line.
Thin Blue Line.
One of the greatest documentaries of all time.
Fascinating. Yeah.
First documentary to solve a murder.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Great fucking tagline.
This is crazy.
Oh no.
Romeo and Michelle versus Street Gang. I go Street Gang.
I'm good with that as well. Just the pure emotional factor.
Yeah.
I would love to, obviously.
And
we've patted
the
Romeo
crazy
and Michelle
thing
on the back.
is, for round 4, the next battle will be The Thin Blue Line versus Street Gang.
Oh my God.
Documentaries.
That is
facing
fucking
off.
funny. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next page, round 3. Here we go. Interview with the Vampire versus Contact.
Yeah, give me contact.
Contact.
Every single day.
What a great movie that one
Incredible.
was. Salem's Lot versus Escape from Alcatraz. I think it's Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Good for Salem's Lot, though.
Yeah, Salem's Lot was really
making it 3 rounds in. Beating the buy of Three Colors Blue, actually.
Wow,
So,
okay.
Put up a good fight. We have Cure versus All About Eve. I go Cure.
I'm Cure as well.
Big time Cure. Willow versus Cruising.
No.
I'm going Cruising.
God.
I love the dark
Yeah, it
underground
really-
vibe of Cruising.
And the ending is really good too.
The
Give me
ending,
Cruising.
the kind of
Cruising.
mystery, Pacino's performance.
Yeah, and really really fascinating topic at that time.
Yeah,
Who
great
directed
concept. Friedkin.
Dude, he
Yeah.
is a fucking
Goat.
I love him.
One of the best.
I love him. Really, really
Truly one of the best.
discovered that recently. But yeah, he's
R.I.P.
fucking epic. I know. R.I.P.
Police Story versus The Wind Rises. I'm going Police Story.
Give me a police story. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Lahaine versus Shallow Grave. That's got to be Lahaine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two Criterion films.
Oh, interesting.
My Fair Lady versus Serpico. I'm going Serpico.
Give me Serpico.
Yeah. Another Pacino.
That's
film.
true.
Okay. The Thing from Another World versus Sex Lies and Videotapes. I'm going Sex Lies.
Give me Sex Lies too. Yeah.
All right. Round 4. We've got the Sweet 16 here.
Okay.
All That Jazz versus Thelma and Louise. It's All That Jazz.
Yeah, it's
These
we talked
rounds
about it already.
are bloodbaths.
They are, because it's like
This is where it gets like fucking. The best movies are really
I
fucking
know.
fighting
I
each
know.
other. You know, we're out of the Silent Night era of films.
thankfully.
Okay, The Never-Ending Story versus Wings of Desire. I think I go Wings of Desire.
I really want Neverending Story to make it further, but I get it. I
Yeah.
do. I'm fine with Wings.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Millennium Actress versus Blackberry. I go Millennium Actress.
Millennium Actress is
Best
is
animated
iconic.
film on the list.
Yeah, I agree.
The Thin Blue Line versus Street Gang.
And it's also funny that it's like cops versus gang too.
That's really funny. This is tough for me, I'm not going to lie. I will say it is probably The Thin Blue Line because it is one of the greatest documentaries ever made.
Yeah.
Street Gang, however, is one of my favorite documentaries
I would
ever
watch
made.
that again easily.
Oh,
Thin
dude,
Blue
yeah.
Line, I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, no, I don't ever need to
Um,
see that again because it's like a shitty watch.
It is, yeah.
You
It's
know?
really,
And
really
it's
hard.
also, and I don't know that this is factually correct, but I'm going to act like it is, the first true crime documentary. Like I said,
interesting.
I don't know that that's right.
It's got to be one of the first, and we'll
It has
look
to
and
be.
see what, because it
But
definitely feels so.
Every true crime
Singular.
doc you see, especially those shitty Netflix shows, all ape the format of
Yeah.
Thin Blue Line and
And the
try to do
reenactments
it.
and
Yeah,
the-
everything about they
Yeah.
they just try so hard. Street Gang though, they're pretty equal to me, but I think I do go Thin Blue Line.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it had a very real world consequence.
yeah,
Which is interesting.
You know, it hurts for my Sesame Street fandom. ironically enough, I built an Oscar the Grouch puzzle like an hour ago. Things I do in bed.
Sick. Yeah, that's super sick.
But yeah, the Thin Blue Line wins. Contact versus Escape from Alcatraz.
It's Contact.
It's Contact.
It's Contact.
Great ending on Contact.
It's so fucking good.
Jodie Foster's great in that movie. Cure versus Cruising.
Dude.
Cure.
Yeah.
Such a creepy movie.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Unsettling to its core, man. Like, what a fucking...
That director just knows his shit.
Police Story versus Lahain, which is, in a way, a police story.
Yeah, wow.
Well.
That's so true.
It's Lahain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Police Story is one of the greatest action movies ever, but Lahain is one of the greatest movies ever. And there's a Bret Hart poster at the beginning. Which was I was watching. I was like, is that fucking Hitman back there? Serpico versus Sex Lies and Videotapes. Sex Lies and Videotapes. I was just so engaged with the characters and James Spader's performance.
Oh, he's so... Oh, my God.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, the Elite Eight here. We have All That Jazz versus Wings of Desire. I go All That Jazz.
All That Jazz. Showtime.
We have Millennium Actress versus The Thin Blue Line. I'm going Millennium Actress.
Yeah.
Satoshi Kon, one of the GOATs.
I know, and it's like I have one left of his to watch.
Yeah, Tokyo Godfather.
And that's a Christmas movie-ish?
It is a Christmas movie.
So
takes place fully at Christmas.
I'm going to have to savor that because then it'll be...
I will say it's his worst.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
Yeah.
I would like to rewatch it, but it's definitely not the best. Like, if all of his other movies are fucking... What? Paprika, Millennium Actress, what's the
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue, and those are all like 4 or 5 to 5 range. Tokyo Godfathers is like 3 5.
Okay.
But it's still good. I think on a rewatch I would appreciate it more because it's about 3 characters. They're 3 homeless people on Christmas Eve. And
interesting.
Their dynamic is very challenging. But I think on a rewatch I would appreciate the character interactions more. So
that sounds interesting to me, yeah.
Okay, Contact versus Cure. I'm going Cure.
I'll go Cure as well. I really... Contact might be...
It's so funny because they're complete polar opposites.
They are.
Contact is about faith and belief in the human spirit, and Cure is about pure evil.
And as someone that like has his own challenges with faith or whatever, like that was a really interesting and cathartic movie to watch and explore all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cure is seared into my brain.
It's fucked up. This is a tough one. Lahain, Sex Lies and Videotapes. I'm gonna go Sex Lies and Videotapes.
I was gonna say Lahain.
Yeah.
They're
both phenomenal, incredible movies, super great stories, the acting, the cinematography. They're all great. If you told me to watch one right now, granted, in Lahain's defense, I watched that way more recently.
And it is...
But I would rather watch Sex Lies.
Yeah, I agree, because Lahain is very fucked up. And
that's the other thing. It's like...
Give me Sex Lies.
Like, case. Sex Lies and Videotapes is a heavier watch, but it's not like this, taking a dump on your spirit type thing. But, I mean, Lahain is one... Like, at this point in the fucking list, we're at the greatest movies.
I know, it's so... Like, something's got to get picked.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
The final 4 here.
Yeah.
All That Jazz and Millennium Actress. I go All That Jazz.
Yeah.
Which is the winner of page 1.
Okay.
Now we have Cure versus Sex Lies and Videotapes. I go Cure.
Yeah, Cure as well.
The winner of page 2. The finale here.
Oh, this is not... I'm going to say, I don't know that I expected this entirely.
Yeah. All That Jazz and Cure. I go All That Jazz.
I'm the same.
Sucks that it's
5.
like such a
definitive, like...
Yeah, it's a slam dunk. It is All That Jazz. I think Cure is like, phenomenal, one of the best horror movies of all time. I think All That Jazz has an argument for the best movie of all time.
Yeah.
So
truly.
I like Roy Scheider a lot. He's one of my favorite actors.
He's so fucking good in this.
The way that this movie kind of borders on fantasy at different points in like dream sequences, like really is one of my favorite things, like story tropes. Just and
go
like,
watch it.
Towards the end, especially, the set pieces just get crazy, and the musical numbers are insane. The costumes, like everything about it, is just fucking great. Cure, Runner-up, well deserved.
Great. Like, I love the setting. I love how like cloudy and gray it feels all the time.
Super
like,
creepy.
Yeah.
Very atmospheric. The precursor to Long Legs in a lot of ways. One of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
But All That Jazz is the winner.
Yeah.
It's funny, like the first Just Mash Film Challenge, I think had between the two of us like 9 5-star movies, something like that. So it was a lot harder to pick when it came down to it.
That first year is legendary.
It will never be touched again. The second year was worse, and I think we had 1 5-star each, but they weren't the same.
Yeah.
The third year, I think we were more on the same page. This year, I think it was a good year, but when I was making the seeding, I noticed that there's 1 5 for All That Jazz. Then there's like 8 or 9 4 5s.
Yeah.
And then there's like 10 4s. And then there was like 60 3 5s.
Yeah, lots of 3 5s.
So it's like, seed number 36 and seed number 65, I feel similarly about.
Right.
And that's crazy.
That's a tough.
But most of the list was just kind of in that middle ground.
Right.
So,
which is 3 5,
which is fine.
Like,
that is a good. If we had a list of only 3 5s, that's a good list.
Yeah.
Because that's a good rating. Nothing will ever touch that first year.
No,
that was like
I don't know, because we've seen so many of the movies that we put on that list to like rival that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it almost have to be like new shit.
And because part of the reason, like something that I struggle with the watching movies now is like if there's this great movie that I've never seen before, I don't want to watch it because I'm like, oh, that could be saved for a film challenge to like kind of bolster the importance of, because the deeper we get, the more movies we see, because we don't just watch 100 movies a year.
Yeah,
it's more than that.
Theater watches, other stuff.
Yeah, so it's like the possibility of movies to go on those lists is just going to get smaller and smaller as time goes on. So it's like, I don't know. But I love doing it. I love the film challenge
100%.
When we keep up with it and don't fall.
We've done good this year.
To the end. We've done good this year so far.
But
I love doing the bracket thing. I think this is one of the most fun episodes that we do. But any other thoughts?
Yeah, no, I this year stands, obviously it's like the most recent one, but it obviously we had trouble with like finishing. But by the time we were at the end of that and we were watching one a day, I was like, I was like feeling how productive this is.
Yeah, I was definitely.
And there were a couple like surprisingly good ones in there. Obviously, like getting through the Christmas movies was tough. This year we do not have that issue.
Nope.
Thankfully, that has been awesome.
That's something I'll point out. So the way that we did the the 2024 list is we made a challenge to ourselves where we went to Barnes & Noble and we had to pick 100 movies that were physically in the store that we hadn't seen. So there was a lot of stuff that maybe we just wouldn't have watched otherwise, but we needed to fill. And I had made like a schedule for we should watch this movie when, and because we had that for the third year and carried it to the fourth year, we could say, okay, now let's pick horror movies for October. Now let's pick Christmas movies for December. We did not follow the schedule, didn't watch a movie for like 4 months on the list. So we had to do one a day throughout November and December. Mm-hmm. So it's like the horror movies we were watching December 1st.
Yeah.
And then the Christmas movies we were watching December 26th.
Yeah.
So it was torturous. This year, 2 episodes ago, you can go back and listen to it, we made the 2025 Just Mash Film Challenge. And the way we did it was we sat down and thought of 100 unique directors off the top of our heads, put them in a randomizer. That made the order for us, and then we went through each director and picked a movie we hadn't seen. So we don't have that same, we have to watch Christmas movies now.
Exactly.
We have to watch, that doesn't exist, which has made it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is an experimental year.
And it's like, we don't have the massive block of Scorsese to get through.
Exactly. Because that happened the first year.
Exactly, yeah.
We've evolved the way we do the list. Mm-hmm. I one day we'll do like a full retrospective, and we'll go through every movie and kind of talk about it crazy.
Yeah, and it's like I love that we have them in our phones, really, that we can kind of go back and look through, this is the movies that we watched that year for that list.
All on Letterboxd and the diaries and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have the first, I guess the first and the fifth year in audio form because we didn't do it for 2, 3, and 4. We did recaps, though, like with the bracket episode. So you can go back and hear our thoughts on that sort of stuff. But we've been Just Smash. Until next time.